What's going on, guys? It's your boy Matt Wildcard, aka Matty Light, and today we are playing Genshin Impact. And so, what I want to kind of go over with this game is, well, first off, what do I think of it? Is it any good? Do I want to play this game for a long period of time? Is it worth your time? That's what I'm going to go over, and hopefully whenever I talk to you guys about this game, show it off, show some gameplay, talk about a little bit of the objectives within the game. You guys will have your opinion on it if this is a good game for you, and this is more directed towards people who aren't as familiar with gacha games on getting characters and getting everything this game has to offer and just buying their way to victory. And that's not a bad thing. By all means, if that's what you want to do and you find it viable to enjoy this game, by all means do it. There's also, I would consider myself more of a dolphin, as they call it, which is somebody who spends, money here and there, support the developers, appreciate the game, getting certain characters, saving up for certain characters, trying to get them, and then when you don't get them, you spend money because you're so mad you didn't get them. But the thing about this game and what makes it different is it's a lot more than that. This game, honestly, in my opinion, feels truly like a AAA worthy game. And what I mean by that is it may be a gacha system, but it really has so much more extra content to the game that makes it fun. Now, don't get me wrong, with every gacha system, there's always going to be some sort of barrier of play. But this game really doesn't suffer as many other ones have. And you can really tell that they're honestly, genuinely trying to make a good game in here. So, and then that's the next thing I wanted to go into is combat. Is every character has elemental abilities, and as you can see right here on the screen, there's lightning, there's fire, there's wind, there's ice, and every one of those elements can combine with one another. Like Cryo and Pyro all have a special connection with one another and do specific things. And it's all about building a team that synergizes around how you want your character to work with one another. So if you spread fire on somebody, you shoot fire on an enemy, you'll see an elemental icon explaining to you that they're on fire or they have some sort of effect from the fire. So turning into wind will, of course, make the fire bigger and will spread on grass and will do more damage to the enemy because wind capitalizes on fire. And then there's other things like negating, like if you put someone who's wet in ice, it will freeze the enemy in place and therefore giving you a chance to make sure you can do maximum amount of damage while not taking any damage, which is always a good thing. So if there's anything to take away from this, yes, individually the characters with some have really cool ultimates. For the most part, they all essentially have cool little gimmicks to them, but it's all about building the team that helps influence the attack and helps build and cater to the way you want to play, which I think honestly is one of the best parts about this game, is that combat can never be dull with new characters always coming out. And I think honestly building a character that coordinates well with another one is a really awesome idea, and I love it so much. Also, you can see that the other big thing that you're watching is that exploration is absolutely astounding. It's so much fun. Now, I mean, let's address the elephant in the room. Breath of the Wild is definitely the first game that most people are kind of saying was like, this game, it's literally Zelda anime. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, yes, I do admit it's kind of a cheap ripoff, but I mean, most companies always rip each other off. But this game definitely has the art style of Breath of the Wild, which is lovely. The animations are really well done. The characters' voices are good. I personally play them in Japanese just because I feel like it fits the theme better. And I truly enjoy how the game tries to give a sense of exploration, and more than just that, they make it feel worthy of exploring. Like, I don't care for exploring to the point where I'm like, oh my god, I need to explore every nook and cranny. But this game, it's got that sense of adventure, and it rewards you for looking. The game rewards you is for looking around, trying to find different items that help you gain experience, which is called your adventure rank. So your adventure rank is essentially what you use to progress through the game, and that is kind of where the game centers around of how many things open up for you. So if you continuously raise your adventure ring, you're going to unlock things like cooperative, which you get at rank 16, and you're going to be able to unlock dungeons, and you're going to be able to unlock dailies. You're going to be able to unlock a lot of things in this game, and your rank is the biggest deciding factor of how far you can progress and how much more you can do. So as much as it is fun to explore or just fight random mobs, which I enjoy, it's also really important that you also focus on getting that up as fast as you can so you can get into more content. Now, stop and smell the roses. Yes, do that. I mean, enjoy the game. If you see something cool and you want to go look at what's over there, by all means do it. This game is not holding you back from doing that, and the map is very big. It's definitely one of the bigger maps I've seen in most games, honestly. I think it's got a lot of exploration. I think it's got a lot of interesting elements. There's always something around every corner is what I'm trying to say, and exploration is definitely one of the highest selling points, especially for me. Like I said, I have got a very short attention span. I get bored very easily, but it never feels dull. It feels fun. Now let's talk to me after I've put a better amount of hours into the game. But as far as just right now, in my first impressions of the game, which I'm only a rank 14 at the time of playing this game, 14 or 13, but it's still enjoyable. I'm still enjoying a lot of the game. There's definitely more things I haven't gotten to, like more of the end game, like the dungeons, the high-end dungeons, which essentially the high-end dungeons and how they work is once you get to a certain rank, which is I believe 20, and then it varies based off of what rank you are. You unlock different kind of ranks. That's essentially how you ascend your character. And how you ascend your character is you take these different kinds of recipes or different kind of resources that you need that will show that your character must have in order to ascend them, and you can ascend them up to a certain amount of ranks, which I don't know as far as the max goes. I believe it's 5, but don't quote me on that. So it's definitely a cool, interesting idea that they've added to, keep people interested in, building your character, because it's going to go into what the biggest thing is that it does have gacha elements. And the biggest thing is that the game is going to be a slow burn on building characters. It's a slow burn. Now, there's definitely those players who played the beta, and there's players that know the ins and outs of this game and how to play it to the top max quality. And if you're one of those people, that's fine. I mean, go ape shit. I don't really care. But if you're wanting to feel like, oh no, I'm not going to be up to date, I'm not going to be up to par with what everyone else is doing, don't feel that way. This game is a PvE based game. Now, PvP, I heard rumors that it's coming out or it might be a thing, but for right now, guys, it's a PvE game. It's mostly single player, but once, like I said, you get to rank 16, you can play with your friends and pretty much do dungeons, you can do world bosses, you can do all that kind of fun stuff with your friends, which is another big selling point on this game, is that it has a lot of cooperative ideas that are really fun and really adds to the game's layers. And the fact that you play a certain character and you say this is who I want to play, and then say your friend has a cryo or a fire guy, you guys can coordinate together, and then it just adds a whole new layer to the game. And so another thing is that you guys got to also watch out for is the quest. Now, I'll be frank, the story so far it's whatever. It's a story. It's not bad. It's fine. Like, whatever. It's definitely not the biggest point of the game, but there's side quests. And the biggest thing is that's what's going to get your experience up. That's what's going to open up more things. Do your quest, guys. And when a new story quest opens up, do it. Because it's going to open up so much more of the map. It's going to open up everything. And that's what the main game is based around, is getting your adventure rank up. And if you get your adventure rank to a certain level, certain points of the story will be locked until you get to that certain level. For instance, like you do the first set, and then once you've done the prologue part, it gets to rank 10, I think you have to get before you unlock the next part of the story. And you want to keep doing those. You want to keep on making sure that you're going around exploring, finding nodes, finding different kind of things. For instance, the other item that you got to get is these nodes that you get for your shrine. That helps after you pray to the shrine, you get a certain amount. It gives you abilities towards your character, experience. So you want to collect those. Those are essentially, I guess, if we want to use Breath of the Wild's sake, it's kind of your Korok seeds, essentially. And you want to go find those. They usually mark them on the map with a star, and it will show you that there's something of interest there. And you want to go find those nodes so you can give them to the shrine, so you can upgrade your stamina, upgrade your experience, upgrade all different kind of things personally for your character. So it's making climbing better, making you be able to glide for longer amounts of time. So it's really important to look out for those, and it's experience, like I said. And the other big thing is, guys, is you want to look around and explore, because there's side quests outside of just the initial story missions you find and the things you find in the town. You want to go out and find NPCs that will give you quests out there that will give you great items. I did a quest down south that gave me this objective to go and clear out 3 camps. And once you do that, it takes away the layers to this chest of like a barrier that's protecting it. And as you unlock all of that, you will eventually be able to get the chest, which has the accessory, or the artifact as they call it in this game. Which another big thing is, the game goes into how certain items work and how do you get weapons and how do you get the best kind of weapons. Well, you can get really good weapons in the game, but this is where we're going to start getting into the gacha side of this game. And the thing I want to express is, weapons and characters are the biggest thing for their wish system, which is essentially the gacha system. They usually have banners that come out. They usually are talking about different kinds of, main characters that are on a special event banner. They usually have banners out for different kind of weapons or for characters, and they rank from 5-star to 4-star. Now, it's kind of easy to get a 4-star if you do a pull, but the percentage to getting a 5-star is really low, and this is where the big money part comes in. So you essentially have resources that you have to use called Intertwined Fate and Acquainted Fate. And essentially what this is the items that you use to pull on banners. And then you see that the game also gives you different kind of resources to unlock these, or you can buy them in their shops. And then of course, on top of all of that, you have your paid actual money, which is called Genesis crystals. These are essentially your currency that you bought with real money, and you kind of use that to correlate it with the actual currency you can use in game to can buy the spheres to make a pull on a character. Now the rates are pretty low. It's a 0.6, which I'm pretty sure anybody who knows any sense of math can tell you that that's not a very good odd that you're going to get a character. But they have specific banners where a character is the themed character, and if you do wind up getting a 5-star, your chances of getting him specifically or her is 50% over all the other characters. The rate is still 0.6 to get a 5-star drop, but you increase by 50% that character is going to be the character you get. So the good thing is if you are pulling on a banner that you want this character and he's the main person or she, then you definitely have a very good shot at getting them. It's a very low chance you're not going to get them, but there is always that possibility. So the other big issue is the constellation. Now you can see on screen that I have a character I actually got a dupe of and was able to unlock these, and that's exactly what it is. If you want to get the most out of your characters, these constellations and unlocking them give you these shards that unlock these abilities that helps increase your character. But this is the mid-maxing parts of the game. So you're going to essentially want to get dupes, and as you guys can tell, I'm not going to BS you guys. Getting a 5-star unit is pretty hard, and then you also need to get at least 5 more of him to unlock them to the maximum potential. Now, this is the other good part. This game also makes the 4-star units viable. Like I said, I'm using a character who I think is really awesome called Fiscal. I believe that's how you pronounce her name, but she is essentially a person you've been seeing me running around with. She's really awesome. She's a lightning unit that uses a bow. She's on there, and she's an easy get. She's going to be one of those 4-stars that you can guarantee get on this banner that has Venti. Venti is the guy that's 5-star, and he's the bard. He's really good as well, just a heads up. But Fiscal is going to be easier to get that. So if you are going to be a free-to-play player or a dolphin, so to speak, it will be a little bit easier for you to get her maxed out versus Venti, who's a 5-star and has a very hard time getting a pull. That doesn't mean you can't use the character. That doesn't mean it's not viable. There's one thing I will make clear on this game. You do not have to make sure you have every badass character to be able to be good in this game. You can play every character. Hell, you can even play the 4 base guys that they give you as you play through the story. I don't want to ruin any spoilers or anything like that, but as you play through the game, they give you some characters, and you can honestly make it through with them. This game is not hardcore where PvP, playing against opponents, doing the optimal amount of damage is a necessity. You can complete the content just fine with as long as you just invest in them. Make sure you spend time upgrading their abilities, upgrading their weapons, upgrading their characters, making sure you ascend them. All of those kinds of things is what you got to make sure you watch out for as you're upgrading a character, and they're all viable. I also hear that the main character, from what I'm hearing, is going to be able to learn every single element throughout the game. So he's going to be insanely viable, and you can use that character as kind of a stepping stone to be like, okay, well, I need somebody that can do this. So it could be a great idea to maybe invest in him or her and make them get the most out of them. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the objectives in the books. That also goes in with experience and getting your character, your adventure XP up, and getting your character's XP is doing the Adventures Guild. Now, the Adventures Guild has a chapter-based system where you do a series of objectives, and as you complete it, you get a bunch of rewards, you get to get a bunch of items, and you get a bunch of big thing experience, which helps boost you faster, helps you get through game faster. And it's definitely the biggest thing I would say is use this as your guide of, okay, where do I need to do now? What do I got to do now? What is this? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. If you're doing this quest, maybe look at some objectives you can maybe do along the way. You got to get a couple more chests. Maybe go ahead and run a little bit closer to the beat, or go a little bit off the beaten path and try and find some of those chests, and also work your way to the mission and do that. Always try and find a way to make the most out of your time. Otherwise, it's not going to be as effective getting up to higher rank. But again, do it as you guys will. This is just my word of advice. But anyways, guys, this is just a short little video of me talking about what I think of the game, and overall, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. If you guys are afraid of the gacha system, it's not that bad. You can enjoy this game without having to go and buy all these different kind of units. And I know as much as everyone else, I want to get all the waifus, but you don't have to get that to enjoy this game. And there's a lot more to offer about this game than just simply collecting characters. Yes, it's a big part of the game, but it's not the end all be all of the game. You can enjoy the game. Every character is viable. There's no character, if someone says they suck, well, they don't, it doesn't matter. You don't need to have the best guy in the game to be good. You can play this game, you can enjoy it, and play whoever you want. Get anyone you want on whatever banner. Play how you want to play this game, and that's what's fun about it. But my biggest thing is, and my biggest takeaway, don't let the gacha system get you guys down on why not trying this game out. It's free. There's no reason why you shouldn't download it and try it. This game is a lot of fun. There's a lot of things to do, and it doesn't do anything I've seen amazing, but it doesn't do anything bad either. Even the gacha system, I've played way worse games than this that have a way worse gacha system in store for it, and I personally think that it's a well worth play. So try it out. Like I said, free to play, PC, PS4, and mobile. And I'll give this a little thing is mobile and your PC can connect with one another, so you can play on your PC and your mobile and still use your same account. But for PS4, unfortunately, you can't play on your mobile phone and PS4 because it's connected to your PSN account. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I want to make more content for this game. There will definitely be some more coming out. I'm going to be streaming this game on Twitch. My links will be in the description. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.